Hi everyone, it's Carmen. This isn't a weigh-in video because I don't do my weigh-in until next week with the doctor's office. I'll say again what I'm doing in case you're joining me for the first time. I am at the end of my 6-month doctor-supervised diet to have my insurance cover the gastric bypass surgery. The highest weight I've ever been was 283 pounds. When I started this in January, it was January, not February, January 27th, I was 250 pounds, but right before that was 252, and I lost 2 pounds right before I went in, like, overnight. So, sometimes I count from the 252 and sometimes I count from the 250. Officially on record, though, from the doctor's office, it's 250. I've been on the phentermine for now 5 of the 6 months. Next Thursday, so in 7 days from today, is my last doctor appointment before I get to turn in all my paperwork to insurance. Now, I'm doing this update because yesterday I had my psych eval, and I went and visited the in-house psychologist that actually works with my surgeon, and the whole office there works together. They have, their nutritionist and the psychologist and all of their insurance people and stuff. Sorry, I'm really still kind of tired, and I'm a mess. I slept with my makeup on last night, so this is yesterday's makeup. Fun. But anyways, so when I went in there, I, of course, was kind of nervous about having my psych evaluation because back in 2008, I was officially diagnosed with schizoaffective disorder, which is, I have some schizophrenic tendencies, but I fall more on the affective side, which an affective disorder is a mood disorder, and mine happens to be bipolar or manic depression. I'm manic depressive, and so I was worried about that. Plus, I have depression and PTSD. So I, was worried that that was going to affect the outcome, and that maybe the psychologist wouldn't think that I was, ready for surgery or something. But because I've been feeling really good, really anxious, really, I've been having a lot of anxiety over whether insurance will cover the surgery or not. But I've done everything they've asked me to do. So right now I just kind of have to let go. But we talked for a bit about, just life in general, and she was really, really nice. And, so she asked me all the regular questions, in the past 2 weeks, what symptoms, rate them out of all of these, and asked all the questions. So I rated all the symptoms that I've had in the past 2 weeks, and then I was scared because I know one of their things is a lot of people get bad depression right after surgery. It happens post-surgery. Depression happens. And I'm not going to kid myself into thinking, oh, I'm not going to get that because I have enough depression. Now, I'll probably get it. But it'll probably affect me. But she asked, they want to know if you're suicidal, because why do the surgery if you're just going to, push someone to that point where they're going to try to commit suicide or they're going to kill themselves. So, she asked me about my history with that, and I did have history. As a teenager, they had me on the wrong medication because they were just treating the depression. And if you know anything about mental health and mental illness, if you treat a bipolar person with antidepressants, it can make the symptoms a lot worse. So I did have a little hospital stay when I was 18, and that was back in 2002. So she said it's far enough away that it shouldn't matter now. And as long as I had a note from my regular psychologist just stating that the reason I haven't seen him is because my symptoms have been stable, that we could move on. She submitted the paperwork already. And I got to talk to the insurance lady yesterday face-to-face. Like, I'm on the phone with her a lot. Sorry. I'm on the phone with her a lot because of different questions and stuff that I have for insurance, because I want to make sure that I'm getting every single piece of evidence that the insurance needs to approve this surgery. And so I talked to her a lot about, well, what do you need from this doctor, and what do you need from that doctor, and so on and so forth. So I got to talk to her face-to-face yesterday, and she's really fun. She's a funny lady. I like her a lot. But I asked her, what was it? I just lost my train of thought. Hold on, I do that sometimes. Oh, I told her that next week is my final doctor's appointment, and that my doctor will be faxing in all of my whole 6-month thing to her, all the blood work that I've had, which isn't a whole lot. I didn't have a lot of blood work. I had blood work at the beginning, and then my cardiologist did one towards the end. It was only a couple weeks ago. And so all of that will be faxed in, plus she already got the stuff from the cardiologist, and she said she can't remember if she got stuff from the pulmonologist. She works with so many people. She, it's obviously she doesn't keep track of just my stuff, but she says if she doesn't call me, then she has it. If she, she'll call me if she doesn't. So she decided, because I have 2 insurances. My first insurance is through the school district, and they will not touch the surgery. They will not touch any of it. The doctors that I needed to see to prepare for surgery, they won't touch. Anything to do with my comorbidities, they will not pay for. So, and then my secondary insurance is the one that will pay for this. This is the one that I'm jumping through hoops for. So she said, because my weigh-in is next week, and you have to have a denial letter from the primary insurance to bill the secondary, that's what she's going to do. She said she's sending in the stuff to my primary insurance now so that she can get the denial letter as soon as possible. That way, when she gets all the paperwork from my doctor, she can just go ahead and send it all in to my insurance, so I don't have to wait so long. And then I asked her, because I'm mentally disabled, I'm on disability, and I get Medicaid to help pay for, like, my therapist and stuff. So that's my secondary, is the Medicaid disability. So I asked her, because when I have been talking to Medicaid, they had said that that for this procedure, or big surgery procedures like this, they were taking 2 months to even get to the paperwork on people's desks to look at them to approve for surgery. And then it would take, however long it took for them to look over it and approve it, which, sometimes would be 2 weeks to look over all the information and stuff, which I don't think it should take that long. I mean, it's not a whole ton of information, and everything's compounded into, just a couple of papers. It's a lot of papers, but it shouldn't take 2 weeks. Anyways, so I asked her, so you work with them, and I was told that they take 2 months to even look at the papers to get approved. So I want to know, because you work with them so much and you work with them every single day, what's the, where are they at right now? And she says, well, unfortunately, Medicaid is the insurance that takes the longest to get back to us. They take their sweet time. She says, but they have been getting back to us really fast for them. So it could be anywhere between 2 weeks and 30 days is what they're averaging right now on getting back and getting the surgery approved. I forgot to ask her, once it's approved, I know I'll be able to schedule a date once it's approved, but I don't know how far away that date is going to be. Like, I don't know how super busy the doctors are, and I don't know, like, I thought in the initial paperwork it said something like 2 months, for, like, the people who could pay out of pocket, that they could come in and then have their surgery 2 months from that initial visit, getting all of their stuff in and scheduling and stuff. I'll have to ask. I want to ask and say and find out, about how long, because if I'm looking at, if they only take 2 weeks to get back to me, then, and surgery can be scheduled before 2 months after that, then I'm looking at surgery around October, November. But I'm really keeping my fingers crossed for September. Like, even late September would be okay. And the kids start school in August. I thought that they started in September, but I was informed yesterday that, no, the kids start like the 16th of August. So that's okay. They're going to be in school when I have surgery, and it'll be okay. I mean, we will work out. I will ask what days they have, and even if I have to schedule for, like, if they have, like, a Wednesday available and a Friday or a Thursday available, I'll take the, like, Thursday or Friday, even missing out on that one day that, I could have had my surgery one day sooner. I'll pick it later in the week, just so that my husband doesn't have to take off too many days of work, because he doesn't work weekends. So Saturday and Sunday are his days off all the time. So if I can just have him, then he'll only have to take like 1 or 2 days off, and he won't have to take so long to take care of me, and that's the goal, and that will be good. So, in other news, my son that was born with congenital heart defects, he had a Fontan procedure last year. It's an open heart procedure. That's the second stage of his open heart. So he had the other one when he was a year old. His oxygen levels are dropping instead of going up or staying where they were. So we take him in July 30th to talk to his cardiologist. They'll schedule a heart cath, and they'll go in and they need to close off one of the stents that they had to put in his heart after his last surgery. There was lots of complications, and he ended up with a pacemaker and a couple of stents to help hold passageways in his heart open, the Gore-Tex tube ones that they put in. So they need to remove the one little stent that held up in a fenestration. He can have that closed now. That should bring his oxygen levels up, and then he might have grown some extra collateral. Sometimes when you do the surgery to the heart will grow extra little veins, extra little, they call them collaterals, to make it just pushes blood in the wrong place, and then it makes oxygen levels drop. So they have to go in and close those off sometimes. And he's had to have a couple of them closed. It's not too bad. It's like a one-day procedure. It's like go in the morning, have it done, and if there's no complications, he can go home that night. If there is, they'll keep him over in the CICU, which is the cardiac intensive care unit, overnight to have him watched, where the nurse doesn't leave his side, and then he can go home the next day. So that's on our plan. Also, he is a company is doing a fundraiser for him, and if you're in Utah and you want to go, it's on July 28th, 2012. It's in West Valley City, where the old VF factory outlet used to be. There's going to be so much, and there's a 5K in the morning, and there's a motorcycle rally in the morning, and if you're interested in even just donating, you can go to childrenandtheearth.com. That's one word, and you can donate if you want to for Xander. It's Xander, Zufelt. It's not too hard to miss it. You can look at his flyer and stuff on there. There's a whole bunch of other kids and families too. So we're pretty excited about that. And it's the day after my husband's birthday. So it should be good. It should be fun. As of right now, we don't have any sponsors for him, and I feel so bad because we have been working our butts off, handing out flyers and, trying to get the word out about this, and last year didn't go so well either, and I was really disappointed, but so thankful that, for the people who did donate and for the people who did decide to run for him and sponsor him. So thankful for Jody, the lady that gets a hold of us, who is one of the main founders of the Ride the Brainwave, is the name of the fundraiser, Ride the Brainwave. And she contacted us and asked if we would like for him to be in there, and of course, it's so much fun. We didn't get to go last year because he was in the hospital at that time, but we're going to go this year because there should be nothing holding us back. Anyways, what else? This isn't an official weigh-in video, but I did weigh myself this morning. Aunt Flo came, and so I'm feeling really bloated, like my fingers. Like, you know how you can feel it, and my rings are tighter and stuff. Like, I feel blah. But my weight, okay, so my last weight at the doctor's office was 223. I was really disappointed because I was only 1 pound down from the 4 weeks. And today, when I weighed myself on my scale, I was 221. So, I mean, I'm getting there. But anyways, I think that's it. I'm excited that this whole jumping through hoops for the insurance is almost over, and I am praying that I have all the right information, all the information that they need, and everything like that. They needed 3 years of medical records, and I asked her also, Shanna, the insurance lady, if this year would count, like if I do 2010, 11, and 12, and she said, we'll send it in, but sometimes they like 2009, 10, and 11. And I said, well, of all the paperwork that I gave you 10, 11, you'll get 12 soon, and I have a 2008. Apparently I didn't see anybody in 2009, and she says, well, if they ask for it, I'll send them in the 2008 and tell them you didn't go to the doctor in 2009, and obviously you didn't lose 100 pounds and then gain it back all within a year. And I said, that's absolutely true. So, yeah. Anyways, I'm going to say goodbye, and I will talk to you next week. Bye.